Now, of course, some people may be taking time to, to log in. So since the people will take time to log in, I will not wait much. 1 minute. Hello. हाँ? बोलो बोलो. Hello, tell me. Just give me 1 minute. People are still joining. With that thing in mind, and when I found that many of the professionals, they were trying to market themselves. So I said, I am not here to do marketing. So I took up a job in as early as 1980. Okay. So when I took up a job in 1980, in 2010, I completed 30 years of my service. And after that, I said, okay, now let me go for my own, not practice, because I don't hold certificate of practice. But I said that I will rather now, rather go for some kind of a consulting. So nowadays I'm consulting in IFRS, Ind AS and valuation, doing some assignments, also doing trainings. The training should be such that people should be able to get the jobs out of it or profession out of it. Now, first time in the world itself, the situation has come that nobody's job is remaining secure. Nobody's job is remaining secure. Okay. Nobody's job is remaining secure, and therefore, for a change, when hundreds of people are approaching me saying, we are searching for a job, help us, and I have created WhatsApp groups along with the placement consultants for them to get the jobs wherever possible. The gap is so high that finally I had to tell the people it is better that you also simultaneously start your consulting or your practice. Okay. So the whole logic or the idea behind this whole thing is that people should be, then if there is no job, at least they should learn what they can do. Okay. And earn the money, earn the bread and butter. Because the challenge is for everybody. Let us be frank. It is not that somebody has only one person has a problem and others don't have a problem. That is not the case. Problem is for many, many people. If you read Business Standard, something like 20 million people have lost the jobs. Okay. And 20 million means 2 crores. And in 2 crores, at least 80 lakhs are finance and uh, accounting professions. Okay. So it's a worrying situation, but all of us have to find a way out, and we have to keep a positive approach. And therefore, one of the course which I thought is giving the use to the people to do it and earn the money is valuation. Now, when a person can earn the money in any consulting, whenever the demand is high and supply is less, and this is true for a job also, whenever the number of jobs are high and candidates are less, then you are going to get more jobs. Okay, if the jobs number is high. But it is ulta, if the jobs are less and candidates are high, then those candidates, remaining people will not get a job. Okay, so that is where we will have to see the demand supply equation. The demand supply equation has to be matching. If it is not matching, then the jobs will have to be created or candidates will have to be created. So at any point of time, and wherever the jobs are getting created in abundance, the salaries start going up. For example, SAP consultants, or for example, people in artificial intelligence. There is a big demand and there is a shortage of people. So what is that in our line? Okay, that is commerce and accounting line. What is that in the our line? That is, just give me a minute, please. There are still some people writing to me saying, how can I join? Sorry for that, because people are still wanting to join in this meeting and they get up last minute. What can I do? Yeah. Right. So I'll start with my presentation. That will make it more clear. Okay, and this presentation will be sent to you afterwards, uh, so that you can, it will be posted in the WhatsApp group where you are in. Okay, and if you are, please, this presentation will be sent only at 9:30 p.m. So do not leave the group till tonight. Okay. So my name is Ram Mohan Bhave and I stay in Mumbai. This is the address if you want to come. This is my WhatsApp number. This is my email ID. I have 41,000 Facebook friends. You are welcome to join. And I have LinkedIn friends, 81,000. When you get this presentation PPT, click on here so that you will be able to contact me on LinkedIn also. Or you can find out my contacts on the LinkedIn.
ਜਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਟਾਈਮ ਦੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਸੁਣਿਆ ਕਰਨਗੇ ਭਾਰਤ ਦਾ ਪ੍ਰਧਾਨ ਮੰਤਰੀ ਸੀਗਾ ਜਾਂ ਸੁਣਦੇ ਆ ਮੁਕੇਸ਼ ਅੰਬਾਨੀ ਦੀ ਟੋਲ ਕਾਂਗਰਸ ਤੇ ਪਾਉਂਦਾ ਹੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਵਾ ਸੁਣਿਆ
See, people have to keep themselves mute only. If they don't keep, I am going to put them back to the waiting room. So we have done it for one gentleman just now. Okay. This is my background. 30 years I worked in corporates, 1980 to 2010. I was with Mukesh Ambani Group Reliance. I worked at London in the Mittal Group, and I worked in America in the Foundation Group. Nowadays, I am consultant and faculty on IFRS, Ind AS, valuation, and business strategy. In last 10 years, I have given 2,000 lectures. And I was a global finance director in the year 2000, and I worked so far in 7 countries. Currently, I am giving business advisory to around 20 companies. These are my qualifications. And as you can see, I became an international valuer in 2018. So at the age of 62. So age is not a problem for anybody. You can see here, I am born in 57. So these qualifications are taken in last 10 years. We have a Limca record, we have a GRRF record, and we have Asia Pacific record holders. I worked with Crompton Greaves Nasik 1980 to 1990. Then I went to Surat and worked for Motilal. Then I was transferred to Mumbai. There I shifted to Blue Star. Then I joined in America Foundation Software year 2000. There we acquired companies in Singapore and Australia. Then I joined Reliance Infocom, Mukesh Ambani when he was handling. Then I'm into IFRS and Ind AS. All right. These are my current occupations. I'm an Ind AS implementation committee member for 4 years. I have given 2,000 lectures, worked in 7 countries, independent director on LIC Mutual Fund Trustee Company. I give lectures to Reserve Bank of India, State Bank of India, IBBI, C&AG, PSC, Economic Times, Indian Merchant Chamber. In last 2 years, I have delivered 200 plus lectures. I have students in 30 countries and 129 cities. Perhaps I was the first global finance director in year 2000. Okay. Here are some of the links. For example, if you go to this link, you will come to know how to do the valuation of businesses, startups, and various ABCDRIs. Okay. YouTube video is available by clicking here. You can give a search on Ram Mohan Bhave. Then here is again another webinar on startups and ABCDRI. That is on YouTube again, you can see here. Then here is again a link for how to be a star performer. Okay. Then on overseas career webinar it is here. Then how to remain employable after 50 is there. How to become CEO of the company is there. Then how to start and succeed in practice for CA freshers and how to get a job. Then how do you handle the midlife career crisis? Then how do you start after career break? Then valuation complex studies. Then valuation of employee stock options. then biodata, door opener for interview, then valuation of unicorns and aggregators, then variances published in India's accounts. Okay, right. Now we are talking about valuation as a career. So valuation as a career, what are the opportunities available? So the first three biggest opportunities are 6 sections under Companies Act. So those who are not aware, I might as well tell them that when the Companies Act 2013 was brought in, it had in 6 sections of the Companies Act, 6 sections of the Companies Act, there is a provision for a valuation to be done by a registered valuer only. Okay. So what are those provisions? We'll go through them quickly. Just give me a minute. I'll get some water. Now, when this section was brought in, 6 sections were brought in, it was decided that now it is necessary that for this registered valuer, we must create something called as an exam. Okay. So when it was decided that something called as an exam is needed, what was done? I'll show you what was done. So let us write down here. Okay. First thing is exam was introduced for passing and becoming registered value. Then 50 hours mandatory training course was decided. Now I'll increase the size of the fonts, don't worry. You'll be able to see that also. I hope you can read it now. Okay. So after training,
तो 4-5 मंगा लो ना, बोलो 4-5 दे दो.
whenever somebody is unmute, I get disturbed. So please note that you are only affecting the people who have already joined. So after training, only exam can be given. Now training is 50 hours. Okay. So 50 hours generally get completed in 6 days. Okay. Now, what is taught in the house? So, there is a website of IBBI website. So, I'll show you that website also so that you are aware that this is. Now, many people don't know what is IBBI. So, I'll tell you. There is a Ministry of Finance attached to that is Ministry of Corporate Affairs, and attached to that is IBBI. What is IBBI? Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India. Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India. So between them, they decided to that the exam will be conducted. Okay. So this is then next came that who will hold exam? Who will hold exam? So the answer is NISM. Okay. What is the short form of NISM? We'll come to it. Then exam will be MCQ, multiple choice question. 100 marks and 60 passing, and it will be for 2 hours, and there are negative marks for wrong answer. So if you are right, you get 1 mark. If you skip, then it is 0, and if you are wrong, then it is minus 0.25. You can appear as many times, no limit. So far, exam result is approximately 30%. Okay. Up to this point, any question is asked. Anybody wants to write a question up to here? Any questions up to here, this point? No. Okay. %30% success rate so far. Yes. I think this success rate is better than CA, CMA and CS exam, where success rate below 10%. What is the eligibility criteria? Okay, I'll tell you. Minimum qualification to do this course. You are CA or CMA or CS or MBA Finance, and membership for 3 years. All right. So that is the minimum qualification. Okay. Have I answered Ashish and Shamika your question? Shamika, you asked minimum qualification. I have given it here. And membership, not COP. COP is not required. Membership required. COP is not required. Membership for 3 years is mandatory, or MBA in finance alone is okay. Actually, Rahul, to my knowledge, there is no membership for MBA finance. I have not heard any membership in required for MBA finance. So that should not be an issue. Yeah, Rahul Chawla, is it clear? Rahul Chawla, is it clear? Okay. Now let me go to the next question. Is PGDBM in finance is eligible? The answer is yes. See, Ketan, don't write privately. Write to everybody. Otherwise it creates a problem. Whether advocate can appear for this exam? No. Currently it doesn't make them eligible. Then training for 50 hours can be done after, before? No. Training only after 3 years of membership. Training only after 3 years of membership. Training can start only after 3 years of membership. Okay. Then somebody has asked, when is the exam? Exam is held every day. You have to log in and book the slot online. Then go to NISM center and sit on computer and solve MCQ. by ticking on answers. Then submit. Then get the result from admin. Right. What is the exam fee each time? 1500. Anybody else? How many times exam is held every day? I have answered this question. Answered this question. Okay. So exam fees 1500 per attempt. NISM centers are almost in all cities like Maharashtra, I know is Mumbai, Pune, Nashik, Nagpur, Satara, Kolhapur, Ahmednagar. I'm sure in the other districts also. Okay. Let me see further questions. Is it through NSC India? No, no. NSC is different. NSC is National Stock Exchange. We are talking about, okay, I'll answer one by one. Rahul has already given us the link. I'll copy paste here for the benefit of everybody. Exam center finding and registering exam. Link. Okay. Then Ketan, is it not NSC India? Where to any age limit for appearing for the exam? Okay. All right. So finding exam center. People are still joining, so I'm not able to give you continuous lecture. All right. Now let me go to the next question. I'm coming to all questions. So this is what is the website to get ourselves registered? NISM centers. Okay. So where the training is to be done? training is conducted online. So you can sit at home, log in to internet, have good Wi-Fi. But originally it was allowed only physical classroom. Now, due to Corona, allowed online. So after Corona goes, we do not know what will happen. After Corona goes, we do not know what will happen. They might change the rule. Right? 1 minute. Right. So held. अरे डिम्पल, मैंने आपको बोला था ना कि 26 तारीख के ट्रेनिंग स्टार्ट होता है, उसका लिंक मुझे भेजो, लिंक एंड पोस्टर एंड ऑल दैट रेडी है क्या नहीं? आपने नहीं भेजा मुझे, इंडिविजुअली भेजा है कि ग्रुप में डाला है? अरे ओके, आज के बाद ना सभी ग्रुप में डालते हो। Okay, training is held online and training batch details I have sent on your WhatsApp group. So next batch is on 19 हो गया 26 February 26 February. Okay. So 26 and 27 September, sorry, not February, and then October what? Okay. October 3 and 4, and then 10 and 11. September. Okay. Then is 20th October. So total 3 Saturdays and 3 Sundays, 9 to 6 p.m. Let me go to the next question. In ISM, this found is helpful. Age limit, no age limit. No age limit. Some people are of age 75. No age limit. Right. Then where to enroll for training course? Penal I have given where to enroll, and I have sent it in the WhatsApp group of this. Is it through NSC India? No, Ketan, it is not NSC. I have given the link. Any limitation of number of attempts? No. Unlimited attempts. No limit I have written here, right? Training batch details are sent here. Okay. You have to log in and book the centers, get result per attempt. No limit on attempt. No limit on number of attempts. Generally, people pass in first attempt itself, otherwise second or third attempt. Okay, then any tips from to clear the exam? I think you can contact me one-to-one because for others this question may not be relevant. 50 hours training, I have given the link. Okay. Types, why questions come? Oppo A12, this question is not clear to me. How about, I have sent it on the WhatsApp. Associate membership is okay. Associate membership is enough. And अरे यार privately मत लिखो यार Dhrumin. Please don't write any questions privately. Okay. What are the future aspects? Do you mean prospects or aspects? Syllabus is provided by the institution. Yes. Does this send us the study material? See, MBA Finance does not require membership. I've said this before. MBA Finance, there is no concept of membership. Just 3 years. Material
वो आगे निकल रहे हैं क्या? ऐसे हाथ मार के देख, लाइट जला, हमने पूछ की फोन की लाइट जला, फ्लैश लाइट।
मेरे को पता है कि आपके लिए लड़ती हूँ मैं, इनमें से कौन है तो बोलते हैं बेटी के आगे जो आपके बोल रहे हैं ना।
Those who are not keeping unmute and disturbing by their voice, I am removing them and putting back to waiting room. Okay, material is provided soft copies in training. Training fees 17,000 plus GST. Okay, 17,000 plus GST. Then training for 6 days fixed time. If you miss any lecture, then attend that next batch. Same lecture after 3 weeks. Right. So let me see if any questions are left out now. Yes, GST is 18%. GST 18%. So total 20,060. All right. Prospects I am coming to. Don't write private question. Yes, iPad I am coming to increase the income. So let us take the prospects. Prospects. Okay. We are talking about securities and financial assets. So we are talking about 6 sections of Companies Act. Then SEBI rules. Then IBBI. Then Ind AS. Then ESOP. Then intangibles. Then mergers and acquisitions. And bank loans. Expected later banking Regulation Act, Income Tax Act, yes. So somebody who asks prospects, these are the current coverage. 6 sections of Companies Act, right? Right shares, bonus shares, convertibles, ECB, then FDI, IPO, share issue. Then, of course, SEBI rules make anything compulsory valuation, that comes. Insolvency rules, of course, also has a valuation. Then, Ind AS requirement as a fair value, there is a valuation. Employee stock option, there is a demand. Intangible asset, brand, patent, trademark, copyright. Then, whenever you do mergers and acquisitions, there is a requirement. While taking the bank loans, now banks are insisting on that. And when the law comes in, that time it will be banking regulation. Okay. So iPad, I don't know your name, but I've written here. So course fees, I made it clear. Let me see what else is asked. Prospects I told. Do they study matter? I told you. It's for security. How can we become plant and machinery value? Plant and machinery, same procedure, but qualification requirement is mechanical engineer or electrical and electronic engineer with 5 years. Baki the training 50 hours, exam online, that is all anyway compulsory. So Mr. Ashish Vyavhare, I think I have answered your question. Right. So we talked about how this course will helpful to increase income. I have said that. Do we have online course which can be completed as per our convenience? No, you will go in the next batch. What are the future prospects? I have already written there. Then there is a question, benefit क्या है course के assignment कैसे मिलेंगे? Assignment कैसे मिलेंगे? तो you have to develop your brand. So start publishing articles, start giving speeches. That will improve your brands. But most important thing is the valuers are very less in number and assignments are far more. So therefore there is assignments come directly because there is a huge demand. Okay. Yes, any other questions? Don't write privately. Any other questions? Any other questions? Have I answered everything? From where do the assignments come? Assignments come from corporates. Assignments are coming from corporates. Assignments come from corporates. My view is prior to this Companies Act, assignments were 1 lakh. And around 20,000 people were doing valuations. Now assignments are approximately 5 lakhs and valuers are only 1200. That is how demand is very high. Share PPT got disconnected. I'll come to that. Sir, can we practice as CA and valuer both? Yes. You can practice CA and RV both. Yes. Yes. How will we know of assignments? Are they published on any website? Also, there are 14 RVOs. Assignments are not RVO specific. Okay. If you are active in Valuers WhatsApp group and corporates group and on LinkedIn, then you come to know of you have to spread a word or give speeches, write articles, etc. will ensure to build your name and brand. Okay, Rashmi, I answered your question. Any other questions? So while you write any other questions, I will show you again. Exam was introduced for passing and becoming valuer. Then 50 hours mandatory training course was decided. After training only exam can be given. 50 hours generally get completed in 6 days. Refer IBBI website for syllabus and FAQ. Ministry of Finance, attached to that is Ministry of Corporate Affairs, attached to that is IBBI, that is Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India. Who will hold exam? NISM. They hold it in a multiple choice question form. 100 marks exam, 60 for passing, 2 hours. And there are also negative marks. There are negative marks for wrong answer. Right answer, 1 mark. If you skip, 0 mark. But if it is wrong, then you get 0.25 minus. Let me correct this. 0.25. And this is skip. If you are right, then you get 1. You can appear as many times, there is no limit. Generally the result had been 30%. You can't guarantee. CA, CMA, CS or MBA Finance and membership of 3 years. MBA Finance has no membership. Membership is required, certificate of practice not required. Then training can start only after 3 years of membership. You cannot do the training now. Exam is held every day. Like there is a 9 to 11 slot, 11 to 1 slot. You have to log in and book the slot online. Then go to the NISM center and sit for computer, solve MCQ by ticking on answers. Then submit and get the result from admin. Exam fee is 1500 per attempt. No limit on number of attempts. NISM center are in almost all cities like Maharashtra, I know, Mumbai, Pune, Nashik, Nagpur, Satara, Kolhapur, Ahmedabad. This is the link for NISM for certification. Exam center finding and registering for exam for the above link. Training is conducted online, so you can sit at home, log in to internet, have a good Wi-Fi. But originally it was allowed physical. Originally it was allowed only physical classroom batch. But now due to Corona, they have allowed online. After Corona goes, what will happen? We do not know. The training batch details I have sent you through the WhatsApp group. The next batch is on 26th September. It is on 26th and 27th September, October 3 and 4 and 10 and 11. Totally 3 Saturdays, 3 Sundays, 9 to 6 p.m. No age limit. I have students of 75, 69, 63. Then MBA Finance, no concept of membership. So just 3 years. Material is provided in soft copies in training. Training fees are 17,000 plus GST. Training for 6 days, fixed time is there. If you miss any lecture, then attend the next batch, like same lecture, after 3 weeks. With GST 18%, the total fees are 20,060. Exam fee is different. What are the prospects? Securities and financial assets, 6 sections of Companies Act, SEBI rules, IPBI, Ind AS, ESOPs, intangibles, mergers and acquisition, bank loans, and what is expected later is Banking Regulation Act and Income Tax. Plant and machinery, same procedure, but qualification requirement is mechanical engineer or electrical engineer or electronic engineer with 5 years. Assignments are coming from corporate. My view is prior to this, Companies Act assignments were 1 lakh and around 20,000 people were doing valuations. Now the assignments are approximately 5 lakhs and valuers are only 1200. And they might become 2,000. So the valuers have come down to 10% and assignments have gone up 5 times. That is how demand is higher. If you want to practice CA and RV both, you can do it. Assignments are not RVO specific. If you are active in valuers WhatsApp group, then you get it. If you are in corporate groups, LinkedIn connections, you connect me with the LinkedIn, then you'll get a lot of contacts. You should spread a word or give speeches, write articles to build your make and brand. So these are the 6 sections: IPO, FPO. IPO, FPO, rights and bonus shares, preferential allotment, convertibles, and foreign holdings. Okay, I'll go to the remaining questions, if any, because my purpose is more to solve your questions than rubric. MBA Finance, how many experience? 3 years. I said that 3 years. You might have joined a lot. Then presently NISM is showing no slot. NISM showing no slots in which city? Then can we enter in values group? When you pass, you will enter, or when you complete training, you will enter. Whether exam is currently conducted, yes. Mumbai, there are no slots because Mumbai, many people have booked it because number of people who are attending are far high. So keep on trying every day. Keep on trying every day. Can we do valuation of building if we are CA? No. Valuation of buildings is only civil engineers. Land and building, only civil engineers and architects with 5 years. Bank loans are for project loan or let us say business cash credit or against debtors. There the bank loans require the valuer certification. What will be the prospects if the person is in job? If person is in job, he can do course. If he is eligible, then he can give exam also. On the date on which you will apply as a registered valuer member and COP, that day you cannot be in employment. Whether there is a scope in job, registered valuer exam passed after training done. It adds to your CV and consulting firms like Big Four or other firms like what shall I say, Duff and Phelps or RBSA give importance to this qualification. Don't write privately. Mr. 95B 5777A, your question is not clear. Question. I am having 8 years experience in finance and accounting. Whether after qualifying the exam, I can get a job in the field. Others, what is your qualification currently? Others, what is your qualification? CA. Now, whether you can get a job in the field, I have written here that this qualification has come up recently. So the consulting firms like Big Four or Duff and Phelps give the importance to this, and they will add to your CV. Then, is there a scope in Punjab, Haryana? Yes, yes. Punjab, Haryana also there are a lot of valuation. What is special about Punjab, Haryana? There is scope everywhere because you can do the valuations anywhere. Na? Today, by sitting in Mumbai, I am doing some valuations of Calcutta. So, what is the issue? Then how many companies are listed? Around 7,500. Okay. Then group companies are almost 1 lakh, and unlisted companies are 12 lakhs, of which 11 lakhs are unlisted, 1 lakh are listed companies and its subsidiaries. So with the result, what happens is that the companies unlisted are applicable under Ind AS if they are having net worth about 250 crores, and such companies are around 1 lakhs and their subsidiaries are around 3 lakhs. So those 4 lakh companies have Ind AS compulsory apart from listed companies. So around 5 lakh companies out of 12 lakhs are under Ind AS, and because of that, those companies are required to do fair value as per Ind AS. So there is a scope there also. And IBBI requires the valuation to be done. So insolvent companies also have to come under valuation. So this is the net in nutshell. Sir, if I do the course, then can I do practice and get assignments? Would you guide on this segment also in your course? Yeah, that is a practice only. No? You can, when you do the course and pass the exam, you can do the practice. Himanshu, your question is not clear. You can write the question again. Himanshu. Yeah, okay. Any other question? Because otherwise I have completed in major. A deemed cost approach is available only for first time adoption. Deemed cost approach is allowed only in first time adoption. That too for land and building and plant and machinery. For intangibles, ESOPs and financial assets and acquisition date subsidiaries require fair valuation. Now, after passing assignment, after passing exam, if you get assignment, you cannot get an assignment because you have not become a member of as a registered valuer by paying the requisite fees and you have not obtained a certificate of practice. And the day you apply for certificate of membership and certificate of practice, that day you cannot be in a job and you are giving an undertaking like that. Shamika, am I clear? Do CAs have upper age in getting the assignment compared to MBA finance? Upper age depends on your network. So CAs generally have already clients for audit. So because of that, their network is higher. But there are many MBAs who also have a lot of network. So in fact, MBAs are expert in communication and networking. Is that clear, Rashmi? Rashmi, are you clear? Okay. Anybody else? Any questions? Because we have already, reached 5:50. If I switch from F&A profile to registered valuer in job, whether I'll get that much amount and position. Others, how many years you are into F&A profile? How many years you are in F&A profile? 8 years. Okay. Are you doing consultation? So first move to the consolidation profile, then move to the Ind AS or IFRS profile, then the consolidation will follow. In my case, it happened like that. I was in F&A, then I moved to IFRS and Ind AS consolidation. And then there I started getting the valuation assignments. Plus, You can join the bigger companies like Reliance or Tata's, who give you the department of valuation if you have a knowledge of valuation. So there has to be some, no need to do deep IFRS. You learn consolidation, that's all. No need to learn deep IFRS. If you know IFRS, otherwise it is enough. For coming to valuation, you don't need to know deep IFRS. Can cost accountant get the same exposure like CS because of network of cost right is limited? Actually, Shamika, I don't know which city you are from, but you know Dhananjay Joshi from Pune, or Neeraj Joshi, or Amit Apte, or Ashish Tatte, or Harshad Deshpande. These are all the famous cost accountants, or Venkatachalam sir, Nana Bhoy and Company, Parikh. They are all getting the exposure like CS, but you can't compare. See, CAs in practice are 1,25,000. Yeah. CA in practice are 1,25,000 and CMA in practice are 4,000. So even if costing people have limited network, per person average network is same. In fact, in CA there is a lot of competition between 1,25,000 people, and in CA there is also a concept called Big Four. So Deloitte, CNY, KPMG, Ernst & Young, they have captured majority of the market in value. Compared to that, in CMA it is not like that. So we do not know where the competition is higher. Am I clear, Shamika? Shamika, are you there? Okay, Shamika is not there. All right. Anybody else? Any question? Oh, clear. Anybody else? Any questions? All right. So thank you for joining to this session, and I hope it is useful. I will be sending you this PowerPoint slide in the group. Foreign valuation work, yes. Foreign valuation work sites are offering. You have to go through those sites and take it. I mean, I do some Germany and Denmark valuations. What you have to do is keep and watch which are the Indian companies which are doing foreign assignments. All right. So if there are no questions, I conclude the meeting. Thank you for attending the meeting. And should you have any questions, please write to me on the number given. I have already given you my number. It is 9167446744. This is my number 9167446744. So if you have any query, always write to me. 916. Goodbye. Thanks.